Hello my friends, it's the 2nd of January, start a new year. For many golfers it's a new season, and I really want to start with something that I talk a lot about, which is the foundation of changing anything in any golf swing, and it's timing. I know, I talk about it all the time, but I will really try to explain why it's so important to go to timing the first you do. Many think that, okay, if I can only control the club face, I will always hit it pretty straight. Yes, that's correct, but if you don't control and understand timing, your club face will be all over the place. So let's start this year with the most important thing of all. Timing when you hit the ball. If we would play golf, I would hit draw shots 99 times out of 100. So why is that? Will it always start perfect? No, it won't. It starts a little bit more to the left or a little bit straighter, but it will probably be a draw 99 of 100 times. Why is that? Because I'm not doing the same every time, but I'm doing it with the same timing. I have a few online lessons going on right now, online students that are struggling. They think they hit a draw, but it turns out to be a fade. And for you interested in how to hit a fade, you should listen to what I say in this video, because the biggest difference between a draw and a fade, timing. Okay, so what am I talking about? Okay, let's start with a decent straight club. Do some kind of backswing, and we hold, lag, and look at the club. It's so open. Again, backswing, but this time I release lag, I release angles. I can have a very close club face. We need to understand this. You can practice mechanically what you do in your golf swing for 10, 20, 30 years and still slice the ball. You can hit mechanically a draw, but it ends up being a slice anyway, because you don't think about timing. And the problem with that is timing is something that's hard to feel. So how do we learn doing this? Okay, let's hit a fade. A fade and a draw are not that big of a difference in timing. But if I want to hit a fade, I hold my club from closing. I hold the lag. This is my normal pitching wedge. I just hold it. And it turns out. I don't release lag. That's not a big slice, but it's still, I hold the club, so it's not closing enough to be a draw. I'm holding it, blocking it. If you listen to what commentators say on the PGA Tour or LPGA Tour, oh, he blocked it, she blocked it. It happens when they get nervous. Your hands get nervous, but you need to release angles. You create angles going back, release angles going forward. So if you practice, this is pretty normal. You practice standing on the practice tee, just hitting golf balls on the driving range. And it looks perfect almost every time. That's about perfect. It's a little bit too much draw on that one, but it's a simple draw shot. And then you go to the golf course, you get nervous, your hands freeze up. I call it happy hands, or not happy hands. If my hands are happy, I hit draw. If my hands are nervous, I hit fade or slice. And you go to the golf course and suddenly you end up hitting a completely different golf shot because you're afraid of hitting the golf ball. If you don't hit the golf ball, you don't release the lag, you don't get back to where you started. You can spend time, 10, 20 years, trying to fix this by setting up better, but it's not going to help. Timing will always win. It will always win. So, you see this one, this was inside 11, but I still hit a slice because my hands froze up. I'm not releasing the club. And the only way to learn this is doing what I'm doing. Same, hybrid, I don't know, degrees, 21 degrees. If I hit this normal, this will probably draw a little bit too much, but I'm not used to hitting hybrids, but yeah, a little bit too much. But I'm hitting that and releasing it. It feels good. I go to the first tee. I have a lot of trouble both sides. I freeze up and it goes shorter and out. That will never come back because I hold lag too long. I don't hit the ball in time. Timing will always win. If you struggle with this, you need to be on the practice green, practice tee, on the driving range, and really feel, release in time, get a draw. Release late, get a fade. Really late, you hit a slice. It doesn't matter what club you use, but it's also different between clubs, just to make it harder. Golf is hard, but you can do this. I mean, I meet probably half of the students I meet every week. They don't have issues in mechanically what they do. They have timing issues. They might hit perfect 7-irons and big slices with driver, and when they understand they need to release a driver earlier than a 7, they just hit perfect golf shots. But then they go home and forget it and have to come back and pay again. But that's another story. And you can feel a draw and still hit a slice because you're mechanically doing it correctly, but timing-wise, you're not. This is so important. And if you want to eliminate one side, the slice side of the golf course, it's all about timing. You cannot slice the ball with a close club face. It's not close to the target line, but it's close to where you swing the club. It will end up being a draw. I really wish, I really do, I wish face control for you this year. But to have face control, we need not only to understand that we open the face in our backswing, we also need to close the club going through the ball. And if we do it too late, nothing will help us. There's no grip in the world. I can hold the strongest grip in the world and still open up and have an open club face. It doesn't matter. If I don't realize that timing controls the club face, I will be lost forever. It's not that hard to actually practice. But you need to do it late, be too open. In time, be correct. Late, be open. In time, be correct. This is the question I mostly get online. On lessons, in comments, how do I do this? Start with timing. Learn to understand that what we do through the ball is so important. Not only what we do, when we do it. I have a whole series on the release. Watch that one. That's how to do it. But this time also remember, it's when you do it that will always win. Timing will always win over everything else. Think about it. Do you even think about timing?